Monday, December 12th, 9 o'clock at night. I am in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I did not get home till Saturday around 10 o'clock probably. Had to blast back out. I think I blasted out about noon today, somewhere in there. 8-hour drive over to Carlisle, PA. I got caught in that storm. Of course, not as severe as what it was for the people in Kentucky. Got some video of it. I was parked in between other trucks, and this truck and trailer, they were just rocking back. I mean, it's just shaking. And I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not parked on the end, because whoever's on the end had to just get beat like a borrowed mule. It was rough. I talked to another driver that actually was driving in it. She's like, man, I was all over the road. I said, yeah, I don't doubt you were. I think we had 63 mile an hour gusts right there where I was at. Yeah, the rain was just, well, you can see the video of it. This week looks like it's going to be a pretty good week. I live load here to Columbus, to Grenada, to Indy. That's it for the week. Last week I ended up with about 2,600 miles, and it was a mess. Last week was just a mess. We had to load our own trailers, which is not a big deal unless you don't expect it. I sat over in Decatur from 3 p.m. till 5 a.m. I think I rolled out of there, 4 or 5. Then I get down to Grenada. It's supposed to be there at 1 o'clock. I told them 2. Got there at 1. There was a Wiley truck in the bay, had been in the bay since 11 o'clock. He's still in the bay at 1 when I get there. And what they're supposed to do is, no matter who's in line, as long as somebody's not in the bay, but if there's other trucks waiting from other companies, they're supposed to take the True Light and throw them next in line, no matter who's sitting out there and how long they sit out there. I sit there for 5 hours, and I had 5 hours and 48 minutes on my clock. And by the time Slothman, by the time the Slothman got done unloading them other trucks, I had nothing left on my clock. I couldn't drive. I spent the night there. So by him burning up my clock, I had to go to Decatur. From Decatur, I had to get to swap trailers, because I need a step deck up here. I had a flatbed. I couldn't make it home. I was 2 hours from home, and I had to do a 10-hour break to get home. So I called the big boss. Yeah, I called the big boss. I called the head cheese guy that makes the decisions and sets up all the routing and does everything for the OTR, and I just told him. And the other driver got hung up 6 hours up in New Berlin. I don't know what they're doing up there. They got so much glass, they have no place to put it. Since they had no place to put it, they had to burn through glass before they could empty his trailer off. Now, what's the sense of ordering glass when you got no place to put it? You used to be able to back 2 trailers in there side by side. One guy could be getting ready, the other guy's getting unloaded. He pull out, they come over, get in your trailer, get you unloaded. They got so much glass stacked in the bay now that you got, on the driver's side, you got about, well, when I slide the curtains, it hits, so probably 24 inches. In the passenger side, I got about 36 inches. The rest of it's all just piled full of glass. I don't know who's ordering their glass up there, but they need to burn through some of it before they keep ordering. Knoxville, no runs this week down in Knoxville. They're burning through their glass. Apparently, they're a little bit slow, and they got enough glass, so we're not taking anything. However, when I was there Friday in Decatur, they had a Knoxville load loaded because Knoxville canceled the load but never told the glass company, so they put her on there. So the trailer's either going to have to sit till Knoxville wants it, or if it's a glass that another one of the True Lights can use, they'll just reroute it to them. Yeah, there's definitely some communication issues going on big time, and it all stems down to one thing: they don't have one person running the program. You take my scale pass, so I don't have to pull into the scales. There's scales in the interstate, and that's why when you get to a lot of the scales near the scales, it'll say all trucks right lane. It's scaling you as you're rolling, and it knows where you're at. It photographs your license plate, and it looks through your windshield. If you're on your cell phone, when you get to scale, you're going to get a ticket. Unless you have a hands-free device like I do. Well, my pre-pass will tell me that, okay, they've decided that I'm underweight, and I'm not, and I can go on. Or that I'm either overweight or close to being overweight. They want to rescale me at a slow speed to see where I'm at. They turned it off because the local drivers are screwing up doing whatever they're doing, so they turned it off for everybody. And I basically just said, that's not the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. You got your company, you got your truck drivers screwing up, your local guys. I guess it's not us OTR guys. If they're screwing up, so what you're going to do is you're going to send every truck right through where all the cops sit. Not only that, you're going to pay for it, but you're not going to let anybody use it. So they have one person controlling that. They have one person doing the loads, and then one person that we call when we have problems, who really can't make a whole shitload of decisions, pardon my French. It just gets frustrating as all get out. And I just told them, you guys either jump into this with both feet and make it work, or just forget it. Just shut it all down, because you're just, they're half-assing it. They're not half-assing it safety-wise or training-wise. It's just the operations there. Same thing again. I call on my phone and nobody answers. I'm telling you, if I break down the road and nobody answers their phone, when they do answer, I'll tell them to come where to get the keys. I'm not going to be out on the interstate with no way to contact anybody to get the whatever fixed. I like working here. I don't know if I mentioned. I don't know, because I'm so far behind on videos with the electronics crap and the loads being all messed up. Did apply for another job. It's not a truck driving job. We'll see how that goes. It's equipment maintenance job. It's basically what I used to do, similar somewhat what I did in the Air Force, which is electrical, hydraulics, hydraulics, high voltage, low voltage, 28 volt control voltage, stuff like that I did in the military. 4 days on, 4 days off, 12-hour shifts. Worst part is it rotates every 19 days, so instead of going in at 7 a.m., you go in at 7 p. So every 13 weeks, 13 weeks, it rotates. That's gonna take some getting used to. But it'll be nice being home 4 days in a row. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna try to get some video of some loads. I got a video of me sitting in the storm. It was pretty hairy. I think I've been in worse though. I was out in Kansas, and there was, of course, Kansas is pretty damn flat. Nothing slows them storms down. Dude, that thing was rocking through there. Whew. Anyhow, I'll show you that video, and then I'll get some film footage up this week of some loads. Live loading again. Live load in the morning. Can't have any camera equipment in there, but I'm going to try to get some video before I close it up, because by the time I get to Columbus, it'll be dark. I don't live load till 11. I hate these 11s. And like I said, as soon as I show up, they go to lunch. So why are you scheduling me at 11 o'clock? And I told them, I said, if you can get me in like you did before, to 4 a.m., I can deliver in Columbus that day and still make it to Decatur that day if they get me off real fast in Columbus, which they're normally real fast about doing it. Columbus is fast. Indy's fast once they start on it. Grenada, Slothville, USA, and then the New Berlin location. New Berlin's, once they start on it, they get you going. It's just, they got to understand that we got to get going. And the longer they make Wiley wait, more wait, me wait, they're paying. They're paying attention after 2 hours. They get 2 hours to unload the trucks. After that, they start paying Maverick, Moore, Wiley combined. Whoever comes in there, they start paying attention on that. whatever they're paying in detention, apparently it ain't enough. So if these companies that are with all these drivers would start saying, listen, our detention is $100 an hour to the driver, not to the truck. I don't know what Maverick gets for detention. They were paying me $20 an hour detention, which is, I think, stupid. But they might be getting 50 or 60 or 80 or 100. They get a piece of everything. That's just the way it works. I'm not going to tell you whether I agree or disagree with it, but I think the states should shut up. States should be controlling this. I don't like anything on a federal level because they'll screw anything up and everything, but the states ought to come out and say, listen, if you're delivering in Ohio, it's $30 an hour or $35 or whatever to the driver, not to the company, to the driver. Because I don't want to get paid $30 an hour or $20 an hour sitting somewhere, and the company that I work for takes 50% of it. I don't think so, Scooter. Anyhow, that's what I got for now. I'm going to upload this, send you this, and then I'll try to get another video made this week. All right, got a load here for Grenada. 11 Stoses. It's all 5.7. Here's what I was talking about with these stop blocks. This trailer was cleaned out, which is not a problem, but I need some of this material to go between the glass and the wood, and they've thrown that away. And then once again, I'm going to put my little lading down there. Once again, they pulled the straps out. So I have to route the strap. I'm going to have to put my hard hat on, go in the building just to get 2 pieces of cardboard for here, because for some reason they decided to throw it away. But I'm going to try to show you, try to hold the GoPro, show you what it takes around these easy roll trailers with this rubber lip down here to put the strap in. So here's the strap. Now back here it's not as bad. As I said before, this is an old intermodal trailer that they borrowed and rented, I guess. So your intermodals, they attached here and up there, and what they did was they covered the plates. So I have no way to strap here, plus I have no spools here. So you see how far back that one is. The biggest deal with him is I can't go really pulling back on it real hard. But we're going to try to do this one-handed. Now what I want to do is I want to spool enough out that I can go down to the frame rail. You need to leave a slight gap there. I got to put a piece of 1-inch styrofoam. I'm going to drop him down. I got to work down in here and feed it down through the hole. Sorry about that. And I need to leave enough to go to the frame. Then I'm going to pull all this material out here, come around the stop block, and then I've got to feed it down through there. All right, that's the way I want it. This is the back one. And I like to have these blocks all the way out here. That way this tube of 6 gets tied into these. You don't try to rip it away from the other 2x6, We'll walk up here real quick. And I've got this one fed down through, wrapped around the front, and then I'll show you outside what I got. All right, outside here, pull this spool down, and then what I'll do is I'll loop through the spool, stuff it back up inside, leave myself a big loop, and then I'll winch this down and pull it tight. But I have to go in and get some cardboard first. All right, here's the finished product. Basically what I'll do is I'll kick it in the middle. You see I got a little play on it, but it ain't cranked down too hard. You can crank it pretty good. It's styrofoam. Your goal is to not let the glass move. This one, the reason it's doing that is because it's still trying to pull up out of here. So see, once I pulled on that, you see how loose it is now. So I'll go back and make sure that this guy's on there, and I'll crank it down. If they would leave the straps in place, the other drivers, all I gotta do is loosen the strap. All I gotta do is loosen the strap, slide my protection in there and my stop block, and cinch it back down. But they keep taking them out, and I don't really know why. Another driver dropped styrofoam in there, threw it on the floor, so I grabbed it. I prefer the styrofoam over the cardboard.